Today, in the ancient Indian history, we are going to discuss about the Mauryan Empire. In the last videos, we discussed the sources of the Mauryan history. Sources has been completed and political history has been completed. Decline of Mauryans also completed. Now today we are going to discuss about the administrative system of the administration of Mauryans. Administration of the Mauryans. This is also most important topic. Most of the questions will come from the administrative point of the Mauryans, because Mauryans were the first Indian rulers, those who introduced good administrative system, that is sound administrative system. Mauryans were the first rulers in the Indian history, those who introduced the effective and sound administrative system. In that effective and sound administrative system, they would appointed different ministers. They would appoint different ministers, different bureaucrats, different officers. So we will discuss the names of the officers, what they call special names, special department. Each and every department they have minister, and that minister he has his own name. Every bureaucrat has his own name. So we will discuss about that, and also we will give the names of that. That is most important. And before going to this, we have to know about the administration system. Coming to the point of the administrative system in India, first you need to know about the administrative system is two parts. This is two parts. Centralized administrative system and a decentralized administrative system. Administrative system we can divide into two parts. One is centralized, another one is decentralized. In the centralized administrative system, power will be at one hand. Power will be at one hand. Decentralized system, power will be distributed among the powers, distributed among the different hands. Distribution of the powers among the different hands. In the entire Indian history, there are only two people, those who continued centralized administrative system. Coming to the point of the centralized administrative system, there are only two. One is Mauryans, and the second one is Alauddin Khilji. Only these two followed the centralized administrative system. The main difference between the centralized administrative system and decentralized administrative system, in centralized administrative system, army officials they would get salaries. Army officials they would get salaries in cash. But decentralized administrative system, coming to the point of the decentralized administrative system, army officials they would get land grants. They would get land grants in the place of the salaries. Instead of giving salaries in cash, kings they would give land grants to the army officials. These the people, those who got the land grants, and they would become one. They would maintain some army. That army will send to the king at the time of the wars. Along with this, feudals also. Feudals were Samanta kings. They are the Samanta kings. These were also called as vassals under the emperor. These are the kings, and head of these kings emperor. This is the basic thing you need to understand the administrative system of any area. Coming to this point, administrative system of the Mauryans was centralized. This confirmed centralized administrative system. In this centralized administrative system, influenced by this centralized administrative system, it was influenced by the Western and Persian administrative system. They had taken Western administrative system and also Persian administrative system included in the Mauryan administrative system. That means Mauryan administration was affected by the Western and Persian administration. That is one thing. Another one, Arthashastra and Indica. Along with this, Ashoka's inscriptions. These are the important sources to know about the Mauryan administrative system. If you want to know if you want to understand the complete administrative system of the Mauryans, there are some sources to understand. Arthashastra will give some information. Indica will give some information. Ashoka's inscriptions also will give some information. Yes, what they gave the information. Administrative system of the Mauryans or administrative system of any dynasty is two parts. That is two parts. One is central government. Government was two parts, central government and provincial government. Central government and provincial government. Government is two parts. Same, present system also two parts. Central union government and state government. Same like that. Union government and state government. Same like that, central government and provincial government. First come across to the central government. What are the elements are there in the central government? In the central government, there are three important elements. One is king. Second one is minister council. Third one is secretariat. King, minister council, secretariat. There are three elements in the central administration. In the central government, there are three important things. Yes, coming to the point of the discussion of one by one. First, we can take king. The king. Already we discussed that Arthashastra was main source of the main source to know about the government of the administrative system of the Mauryans. According to Arthashastra, they followed Saptanga theory. Saptanga theory was followed by the Mauryans. In this Saptanga theory, there are 7 elements to follow. 7 elements. Swami, he is a king. In the 7 elements, Swami is a king. Amatya, minister. Bala, army. Amatya, minister. Bala, army. Durga, fort. Durga, it is a fort. Kosha, treasury. Kosha is a treasury. Rashtra, territory. Seventh one, Mitra or Amitra. Mitra or Amitra, friend and enemy. Friend and enemy. So these seven are the seven elements of the Saptanga theory. Swami, king. Amatya, minister. Bala, army. Durga, fort. Kosa, treasury. Rashtra, territory. Mitra or Amitra, friend or enemy. So these are the seven elements involved in the administrative system of the Mauryans. This is what called as Saptanga theory, which was proposed by the Kautilya in his Arthashastra. So Mauryans, they followed Ashtanga theory. Mauryans, they followed Arthashastra of the Kautilya. Coming to the point of the king in the central administration, central government, king was head of the state, supreme head of the state. King was supreme head of the state. King was central force, effective head of the executive administration. He was effective head of the executive system, supreme head of the state, military head of the army, and fountainhead of the judiciary. He was fully loaded with powers. Supreme head of the state, military head of the army forces, fountainhead of the judiciary, and fully loaded with all powers. These Mauryan emperors, they followed the divine kingship. Divine kingship. Divine kingship means king is next to the god. In the empire, king is the next to the god. That's why Asoka, he got the title Devanam Priya Priyadarshi. Not only Asoka, but also Dasaratha. Dasaratha also got the name Devanam Priya Priyadarshi. That was the title of the Mauryan rulers. That was the title of the Mauryan rulers. These rulers, they ordered royal orders like government orders, jivos, present jivos. These royal orders issued by the Asoka in his edicts. Edict is a royal order. We can know from the royal order of the Asoka, that is edicts of Asoka. Kautilya mentioned in his Arthashastra the duties of the kingship. The duties of the king and what is kingship. In the first chapter of the Arthashastra, it deals with the duties of king and what is the kingship. Kingship is a divine kingship. Always kingship will be hereditary. Kingship will be the hereditary. It will be transformed to the eldest son of the king, either eldest or ablest. Either eldest or ablest. Sometimes ablest also. Most of the times eldest. Sometimes ablest. So like this is kingship. And here there is one saying in India, there is no kinship for the kingship. There is no kinship for the kingship. What is kinship? What is kingship? Kinship is a relationship. Kingship is a ruling. If you want to become a king, you have to avoid the relationship. Father can kill the son. Son can kill the father, like that. But Arthashastra, what it says? Arthashastra says that king should be ruled like father of the children. Like the father of the children. And a king would conduct royal tours always. Royal tours. He would conduct the royal tours. And also king should follow the Dharma Shastras. Dharma Shastras. On the base of this Dharma Shastras, king he should rule. After the king in the kingdom, prince, he was called as crown prince. Crown prince was the next to the ruler, next to the king. Crown prince, he would undergo the training of the warfare. He also would undergo the training of what is that? Dharma Shastras. He should have the knowledge over the Dharma Shastras, and also he should have very effective skill in the warfare techniques. That is crown prince. This is about the king. After the king, next to minister councils. Council of ministers. Council of ministers. Council of ministers were assisted by the council of ministers assisted to the ruler. King was assisted by the council of ministers. There were different types of the council of ministers during the time of the Mauryan period. Like Amatya. Amatyas, these were the general body of government officials. General body of government officials, that is Amatya. General body of government officials. Mantrin, council of ministers. Mantrin is a council of ministers. Next to these two types of the ministers, and they have some inner cabinet. This is also we are calling as a kitchen cabinet. Inner cabinet. 4 to 5 ministers in the inner cabinet. There are 4 to 5 ministers in the inner cabinet. Yuvaraja. He was crown prince. Yuvaraja. Chief minister, or he was also called as head of the ministers. Purohit, chief priest. Purohit was the chief priest. Commander-in-chief, Senapati. He was a commander-in-chief. And treasurer. These 5 people were called as inner cabinet. That is also called as kitchen cabinet, present kitchen cabinet. Yuvaraja, chief minister, he was also called as prime minister of that period. Purohita, chief priest. Senapati, treasurer. Bandagarika. Treasurer means Bandagarika. These people are considered as a kitchen cabinet. Along with this, Arthashastra, it mentioned different types of the ministers in the Arthashastra. There were different types of the ministers in the Arthashastra. According to Arthashastra, there are 4 types of the ministers. One is Tirthas. Tirthas were very high rank government officers, government ministers, they are totally 18 in number. Tirthas. After the Tirthas, next to Adhyakshas. Adhyakshas. Adhyakshas just below the rank of the Tirthas. Just below the rank of the Tirthas, mostly they look over the economic affairs. Economic affairs. These were 27 in number. 27 in number. Third one, Mahamatras. Mahamatras. These were different types of the ministers. Another high rank officials, they were 18 in number. They were also 18 in number. Fourth one is Amatyas. Amatyas. Amatyas, these were present day secretaries, administrative and judicial affairs. They look over the administrative and judicial affairs. Coming to the point of the one by one, important Tirthas, we will come across to the important Tirthas. Some important Tirthas. Mantri, he was chief minister. Mantri was the chief minister. Purohita, chief priest. Senapati, army commander. Senapati, army commander. Yuvaraja, he was prince. These four people are high rank, highest Tirthas, high rank Tirthas. Along with this, Davarika is the most important person. He look over the Chamberlain. He was called as Chamberlain, that is king's domestic expenses, king's domestic needs will be look over by the Davarika. This Davarika asked several times in the different examinations. Ministers are must. There is one question on the ministers in each and every question paper of any examination. That's why these are the important. Antarvekshita. He was another minister, chief of the harem. He was chief of the harem. Harem means court. Next, Prasasti. He look over the inspector general of the prison. He look over the prison. Inspector general of the IG of the prison. IG of the jails. Samaharta. He was a collector general. He would collect the taxes. Samaharta would collect the taxes. Next to Sannidata, he was treasurer. Along with this, Vyavaharika was chief judge. Vyavaharika, he was chief judge. Dandapala, another person, Dandapala. He was a police officer. Dandapala was the police officer. Antapala, he look over the frontiers. These are the important Tirthas. After the Tirthas, next Adhyakshas. We will write some important Adhyakshas. Adhyakshas are the next to higher rank officials in the administrative system of Mauryans. Like Panyadhyaksha. Panyadeksha, he look over the commerce. He was a commerce minister. Panyadeksha was the commerce minister. Samsthanadhyaksha. Samsthanadhyaksha, he look over the markets, weights and measures, weights and measures, and wrong practices. All this will be in the hand of the Samsthanadhyaksha. Navadhyaksha, he look over the state boards. Nava means boards, state boards. Sulkadhyaksha, toll or taxes, he look over the taxes. Sulka, tolls, customs, tolls and customs. Customs officers. Sulkadhyaksha. Lohadhyaksha, he look over the metals, metal industries. Suvarnadhyaksha, look over the gold. He would look over the gold. Akshapataladhyaksha, he look over the accounts. Kosadhyaksha, treasury. Kosadhyaksha, he look over the treasury. Kosadhyaksha was treasury. Ganikadhyaksha, he look over the mines. Ganikadhyaksha look over the, courtesan. He look over the courtesan. Ganikadhyaksha look over the courtesan. Next, Devatadhyaksha, he look over the religion. Devatadhyaksha, he look over the religion and also charitable institutions. So these are the important adhyakshas. Many times they asked Panyadhyaksha and Sulkadhyaksha. These two were asked in the earlier examinations. After the adhyakshas, some important mahamantris, mahamatras. Mahamatras are, especially Dharma Mahamatras, were appointed by the Asoka. Vyavaharika Mahamatras, they look over the judicial system, judiciary, Vyavaharika. Next to Senanyaya Mahamatras, army. Dhamma Mahamatras, they would go to the, what is that, propagation of Dharma, propagation of Dhamma. Dhamma Mahamatras, they would go for the propagation of Dharma. Antapaladhyaksha, these were the frontiers. They look over the frontiers. Like this, there are important Mahamatras. And another officials, those who are important, all these officials are called as secretariat. They would be in the secretariat. And some other important officials, Karmantika, he was superintendent of manufacturers. Karmantika, he was superintendent of manufacturers. Durgapala, head of the forts. Durgapala, he was head of the forts. Antapala, these were the frontiers. And Asoka's inscriptions, from the Asoka's inscriptions, we are knowing from the Asoka's inscriptions some officers like Rajuka, Pradesika. Rajuka, Pradesika, he was the local officers. Rajuka is equal to present this, that is collector. These were the head of the Mahajanapadas. And some officers like Yukta. This question asked earlier. Yukta is a clerk. Rajuka and Pradesika also asked. These were the important officials in frontiers like a district level. Lipikara, scribes. Lipikara were the scribes. Next, Prativedika. These were the reporters. Prativedika were the reporters. These are the officers mentioned in the Ashoka's inscription. After this, all these are the central administration. In the central administration, central government. All these are officials under the central government. For the administrative purpose, Mauryan Empire, it was divided into different parts, different regions. There are 4 major regions in the Mauryan Empire. 4 major regions. One is Uttarapada. That is northern part. Uttarapada, northern part. Head of the Uttarapada was Takshila. Dakshinapada, south. Dakshinapada, south. Suvarnagiri in the Dakshinapada. Third, Prachya. It is eastern. Pacha means eastern. Eastern head Tosali or Dauli. For Pachatya, that is western. Western kingdom was Ujjaini. Like 4 major areas. Uttarapada, capital Takshila. Dakshinapada, capital Suvarnagiri. This Suvarnagiri considered as Jonnagiri in Anantapur district. According to some sources, it was Jonnagiri in Anantapur district. Suvarnagiri. Pracha means eastern kingdom, Tosali or Dauli. Pracha, that is western, Ujjaini. Like this, there are 4 major divisions. All these 4 major divisions would be under the control of the viceroys. These viceroys are called as Kumaramatyas. These Kumaramatyas will be completely from the royal family. They would come out from the royal family. Only royal family members would be appointed for these 4 areas. That is princes. And for the administrative purpose, kingdom, that is under the emperor. It was divided into, kingdom was divided into a small major region, that is provinces. These are the 4 provinces. Provinces was under the control of the Kumaramatyas. Provinces again, they were divided into Aharas. Aharas just like states. Head of the Ahara was Rajuka. Sorry, these are just like the districts. Rajuka and Pradesika. Village, last unit of the administration was village under the control of the Gramini or Gramika. So these were the administrative divisions. For the purpose of the administration, effective administration, sound administration, For the point of the welfare of the people, kingdom would be divided like this. And Megasthenes Indica. Megasthenes Indica says about the Pataliputra's municipal administration. Megasthenes Indica, it gives the description of Pataliputra's municipal administration. Municipal administration. According to the Pataliputra's municipal administration, Pataliputra was ruled by the 6 boards. It was under the control of the totally 30 members. 30 members divided into 6 boards. Each board contains 5 members. That was the totally 30 members. First board, it looks about the industries. It looks about the industries and crafts. Industries and crafts. First 2, industries and crafts. Second, look over the foreigners. Incoming and outgoing of the foreigners. Third, registration of births and deaths. Just like census. Registration of the births and deaths. Fourth, trade and commerce. Fourth is trade and commerce. It look over the trade and commerce. That is also weighs and measures. Fifth, manufacturing goods. Manufacturing goods. After the manufacturing goods, sixth will fix the collection of goods sold. Collection of goods sold. According to the Megasthenes Indica, it gave the description of Pataliputra's municipal administration under the 30 members divided into 6 boards. Each board consists of the 5 members. First board, industries and crafts. Second board, foreigners, incoming and outgoing of the foreigners. Third, registration of the birth and death. Fourth is the trade and commerce, weight and measures, weighing and the measures. Fifth is manufacturing goods. Sixth is collection of the goods, those who were the sold. And cities were under the control of Nagarika. City was under the control of the Nagarika. Nagarika, he was head of the city administration. And he was assisted by the Sthanika and Gopa. Nagarika was assisted by Sthanika and Gopa. Sthanika and Gopa. Rakshi, he was a police officer. Rakshi is a police officer. So this was Megasthenes Indica. Said that. And provinces like Sthania, it is around 800 villages. Sthania, it consists of the 2 Dronamukha. Each Dronamukha consists of the 400 villages. One Dronamukha consists of the 2 Karvatikas. Each Karvatika consists of the 200 villages. This Karvatika consists of 10 Sangrahana. Each Sangrahana, it consists of the 10 villages. 20 Sangrahanas, 10 villages. 20 into 10, 200. So these are the divisions. So this is our administrative divisions. After this, how they followed the judiciary system of the judiciary of Mauryans. judiciary of the Mauryans. Coming to the point of the judiciary of the Mauryans, head of the judiciary, fountain head of the judiciary, he was emperor. Emperor was the fountain head of the judiciary. And chief justice, he was called as Mahadharmakari. Mahadharmadikari, he was called as chief justice. Chief justice. According to the Arthashastra, courts were divided into two parts. Dharmasthaniya. It was a court to look over the civil cases. Kantaka Sodhana. It deals criminal cases. Civil cases will be dealt in the Dharmasthaniya. Criminal cases will be dealt in the Kantaka Sodhana. Law would be always based on the Dharma. Sacred law. Dharma is a sacred law. Always justice will depend upon the four things. Dharma, sacred law. Vyavahara, usage, and charitam, that is customs or traditions. Rajasasana, that is royal proclamation. So law would be on four things. They would follow the either Dharmasastras or either Vyavaharika, that is usage, either Charitam, traditions, and Rajasasana. So Charaka was police. Charaka, he was head of the police lockup. Police lockup of that period is called as Charaka. After this, espionage system, spy system, espionage system. They followed the effective espionage systems. Mauryan emperors were called as Charachakshu. Mauryan emperors, they were called as Charachakshu. That means they have eyes in the complete body. The person who has eyes in the body, that is several places eyes, completely body covered with eyes, that is called as Charachakshu. And there were different types of the people. Those who collected information. Pulisani, he was one type of the spy. He used to take public opinion on the administrative system, or public opinion on the emperor, and he will collect the public opinion. That public opinion will send to the king. Second, Prativedika. He was a second person. Prativedika. These were the special reporters. Prativedikas were the special reporters. They have direct access with the emperor. Directly they can go to the emperors. And Samstha, they used to appoint in the local areas. Sanchara, these were the mobile spies, Sanchara. And Kara, it was mentioned in the Arthashastra. Secret agents, these were mentioned in the Arthashastra, especially they were mentioned in the Arthashastra, which were the secret agencies. Next, Guda Purusha. Godapurusha, he was a secret agent mentioned in the Arthashastra. These two were the secret agents, they were mentioned in the Arthashastra. This is espionage system which was followed by the Mauryans. After this espionage system or spy system and judiciary, next will come into the point of the army and military of the Mauryans. Military of the Mauryans. Military of the Mauryan system. So, Chanukya in his Arthashastra, he mentioned Chatur Bala or Chaturanga Bala. Chaturanga Bala. Chaturanga Bala is Radha Bala, 4 forces, that is Radha Bala, chariotry, Radha Bala, chariotry, Gaza Bala, that is elephantry, Gaza Bala is elephantry, Asvika Dala, Asvika Dala, that is cavalry, Asvika Dala, cavalry, Padati Dala, Padati Dala, these are the foot soldiers. Foot soldiers. The above 3, they have vehicles. These people, they did not have any vehicle. They would go on the foot. It was a fairly, Mauryans, they maintained fairly large army. Fairly the large army. Coming to the point of the different accounts were given by the different people, like Pliny. Pliny, he gave Chandragupta Maurya, that is Mauryans, they have 6 lakhs infantry. Infantry was the 6 lakhs. According to the Pliny, they have 6 lakhs infantry, 30,000 cavalry, 30,000 cavalry, 9,000 elephantry, 6,000 chariots. That was the Pliny accounts. Pliny accounts. And Plutarch, another person, Plutarch, he gave accounts of the Mauryan emperor. According to him, they maintained 2 lakhs foot soldiers. That is 2 lakhs foot soldiers. That is 2 lakhs infantry. Padati Dala, they have the 2 lakhs infantry, that is Padati Dala. Infantry is the foot soldiers, Padati Dala, infantry, 2 lakhs. And 8,000 cavalry, 8,000 cavalry, 6,000 elephantry, 8,000 chariots. This was the Plutarch accounts. He estimated the army of the Mauryans. So according to the Indica, Indica says that army of the Mauryans have 6 different committees. 6 committees. Each committee have 5 members, 30 members. That is infantry, cavalry, chariots, elephants, admiralty, that is naval force, admiralty, that is naval force, transport and supplies. So like 1 2 3 4 5 6 committees. He mentioned the 6 committees. And according to the many evidences, according to the Arthashastra, they were paid in cash. They were paid in cash, like Senapati, he would taken Senapati, he would taken 48,000 panas. Senapati. Nayaka, he would take nearly 12,000 panas. 12,000 panas. Mukhya, he will take 8,000 panas. 8,000 panas. Adhyaksha, he would take 1,000 panas. 1,000 panas. 4,000 panas. Like this, they gave information of the salaries of different personalities in the Arthashastra. But Arthashastra, it did not given whether it is for the month or it is for the year. It did not mention. So among all this revenue system, how they followed the revenue system. Coming to the point of the revenue, land revenue, it is main income of the state. Taxes both are cash and kind. Tax was both cash and kind. Land revenue, it is varies from 1/4 to 1/6. 1/4 to the 1/6. And taxes of that period, Bali, Bhaga, they used to collect taxes like Bali, Bhaga. Rummindai inscription of Asoka. It speaks about the revenue of the Mauryans. So these are the different aspects to know about the Mauryan administrative system. So by this we completed the Mauryan administrative system. In the next video, we will discuss social conditions of the Mauryans, economical conditions of the Mauryans, religious conditions of the Mauryans, art and architecture. All these aspects we'll discuss in the next video. Okay, good luck.